Okay, y'all, so I wrote this song for class. I'm currently enrolled in the NYU program for music. And in one of the assignments, they wanted you to engage in storytelling and talk about your life and your persona as an artist and about who you are as a person. So that's what I did. See me come through, I'm coolin'. Folks, that's what she doing. Can't see what I'm on to comprehend the way I'm moving. I don't know what it is, but personally, I just feel like, not that I'm different in a way that's oh, I'm so different and I'm cooler than everybody else, but I just feel like I'm on something totally different, whether that be music or just the way I think and the way I go about things. And I often feel like I'm the only one that knows what I'm going through and knows what I'm talking about, and I don't really think people get where I'm trying to go and when I know I'm capable of and what I'm trying to do. And so they're like, oh, she on something, I don't know what she on, but okay. Others beyond assuming want my soul in diminution. On one hand, I don't really talk too much, so when people see me do music, they're like, oh, okay. Until they see me do it, they don't really think much about me or what I do on a daily basis. But they're like, oh, she does that. Cool. But on the other hand, a lot of people see what I'm doing and they're like, okay, that's cool and all, when you gonna do something else. And not in a bad way where they think I'm trash or whatever, but they don't see this as something viable, something that you can actually make a career in, which is fine because I don't really care. But it's not really up to them at the end of the day. They can't box me in like Bordeaux, pour at your confusion. Bordeaux is a type of wine. It's a red wine. Sometimes it comes boxed. That's why I said that. When I say pour out your confusion, I mean just pour out any idea out of your mind that has led you to put me in a box. When you start putting people in boxes, that's because you only see them as one thing, one dimensional, as a person that can only do one thing in their entire life. And that's just not me. And if you think that's me, that's going to be on you, because that ain't me. But of course, I know it's inevitable because we're conditioned to do that. People are conditioned to do that. Oh, you can't do this because you do this. But I don't care. When I'm on a mic, I do it. Water flow too fluid. I'm sorry. I know I feel arrogant just saying this, but sometimes I be snapping. I'm like, oh my God. Man, I heard something I wrote in 10th grade. I was like, oh my God, I'm a genius. No, I don't think that. But I think I'm pretty good. I ain't bad though. I ain't trash. I know that much. Yeah, I'm quiet and I'm private, but I show and prove it. Yeah, like I said earlier, I don't really talk like that. And people who have been around me know that I'm not really much for talking. But, when it comes to rapping, I'm more out there. I don't really I'll go out there and snap on a mic, and then I'll go sit down and ain't nobody here for me for the rest of the night. So that's pretty much it. I'm steadily improving, giving bounce with every ounce, and I produce the music, hits you like a Johnson. Every song after Good For You has been produced by myself, solely by me. From Solo to Quarantine Song to Cabin Fever, A Day in the Life, and Persona, all produced by me. I basically started producing because I needed beats. I didn't feel like paying for it, so I had to just come up with something real quick, So, and I started producing. I'm steadily getting better at it. I don't claim to be the best producer, but I can make a little something, Oh, you like the way I talk? That's just me spitting slick. See the bop in my walk, you just not hip to it. Years ago, this is back before I was even born, but this is how my mom describes it. She was telling me about my great uncle and my great grandpa. That was her grandpa. At his funeral, my great uncle, Uncle Ralph, gave the eulogy, and at the eulogy, he described my great grandfather as somebody who walked to the beat of his own drum. Basically, he was not like anybody else. And she was telling me that basically, in a way, in my own way, that's how I am too. See, when you bopping to most likely a beat. So my beat's a little different than everybody else's. So you see what I'm doing, but you're not quite hip. You don't know what it is just yet because it's so fresh to your senses. I'm equipped with this, honed it while being built with this. Before I was rapping and making beats, even singing, I was a drummer. So I I'm pretty much musically inclined anyway. But even with that, I still had to like train and hone my craft. Like when I started rapping, I sucked. I was 12 and I was just like, oh god, something gotta give, because I was so trash. But you know, in basically 2.5 years, I kept working at it and working at it until I became pretty decent at it, and then I kept working at it, so because I wanted to be great at it, not just like good or whatever, like just basically skilled in it. But I wanted to really do this. You can't get with it, don't trip, but just remember this. You know, whether it be the way I think, the way I act, what I do, how I do it, what I say, how I say it. But basically, if you can't rock with it, don't trip about it, because it ain't keeping me bound. I'm just gonna let you know that right now. I don't need a permission slip to do what I do or be who I am, because I'm gonna do me regardless. I'm gonna do what I wanna, blame it on my persona or on who I am. Could give a damn, but I'm not gonna. I done tried the normal, we oil and water. Wanna be a hand in glove, but we don't fit like isotoners. Like, I cannot tell you how many times I have tried to be what people in society has considered the norm, being normal, and honestly, for the most part, I cannot do it. I'm not trying to be contrary to life and whatever and how things work or whatever, but it's just a lot of things are not in me to do and be, and I have to let that go. I have to go ahead and be me, because at the end of the day, I'm not going to feel stifled and suppressed in my life. And I look back at my life and I realize I lived somebody else's life, and I'm not going to do it. Oil and water don't mix. Me and being quote unquote normal just don't mix. And I know that. You know, when something you and somebody else's or something that's a hand in glove, that means you're a perfect fit with that person or with that situation. Me and being normal, not a hand in glove. We do not fit, so we must acquit. Like isotoners. Isotoners, I would say if you know, you know. But if you don't know, an isotoner is it's a glove that was used to say OJ didn't kill his wife because the glove didn't fit. So if it don't fit, it must acquit. And I quit. So I'm sorry, that's not funny.